Time to check in with our lizard overlords. What are they up to? Well, this.
Is this the worst hour now?
Are we done our first hour?
Yeah, we're into our worst hour now.
Keep your expectations of this episode low. Starting the worst hour now, I feel like we've crossed into maybe not great content hour.
Welcome to our worst hour.
Did you launch the Leaders of Leaders shirt yet?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Did we talk about this already? How we were undercutting the Leader of Leaders shirt?
No, we never talked about it.
Yeah.
Only off
So
air.
all of us noticed that at the masterminds, they're selling the Leaders of Leaders shirts for $60 American. And we were concerned about that because we know that people really want Leaders of Leaders shirts. So we're undercutting the market. And we are selling Leader of Leaders shirts for $35 American.
Canadian, I think.
Is it Canadian?
I
Fuck.
think
What a
so.
deal.
Yeah.
Can I order one of those shirts and wear it to the master?
Oh, man.
I feel like we should say if you're going to the Toronto Mastermind, we're willing to send you a shirt. I should go to the Mastermind, wear that shirt.
You should. That'd be good.
Leader of Leaders. So we're launching our own Leader of Leaders shirts, but because we don't want to get a copyright infringement or get sued, we are spelling it L-I-T-R-E of L-I-T-R-E. Leaders.
I switched up the spelling, so we got the Canadian spelling and the American spelling.
Oh, perfect. So we have Canadian Leader of American Leaders.
Yeah.
That is, I think that's, we are undercutting them. We are now those people that no one wants to deal with who are undercutting the market. Get your Leader of Leaders shirts here at the Not Our Finest Hour podcast merch store. Comes in multiple colors.
Even comes with the Not Our Finest Hour logo on it.
Not Our Finest Hour logo. Yeah. So you can't beat that. That's what we that's a great shirt. And it's at a bargain price. The limited edition Leaders of Leaders shirts were $60 American. The limited edition Not Our Finest Hour Leaders of Leaders shirts are only 35 Canadian. I think 35.
They are limited edition. We should cut them off as soon as the masterminds end.
Yeah, when the masterminds are over, there'll be no more leaders. Well, by then we'll have moved on to a shirt with a daily affirmation on it. Oh. And when someone's doing something and you're just like, man, that's fucking crazy. And you don't ever you don't look at yourself and think that maybe they're someone is taking on some new venture and you're like, man, I would never fucking do that. That is a balls to the wall fucking thing. And so even I look at Mike's venture with Hardscape headquarters and I say, wow, I would never venture down that road. That is a ballsy fucking thing to be doing. It's takes big balls to fucking say, I'm going to launch my own thing and I'm going to start it from the ground up and I'm going to do all that fucking work. It looks crazy. But then on the flip side, Mike might look at me and be like, I would never buy a fucking triaxle for $300,000. That's a ballsy thing to do. And it's it just, whatever you're doing, it doesn't seem at the time like, if you've agreed in your mind to do it, it doesn't seem like, oh, that's a wild thing to be doing. But you're looking at someone else who's doing something that's could be even less wild. And you're like, man, that's crazy. I don't know how they that's wild. That struck me today because Tyler from Hallscape's doing it's like an ICF tool.
What's that, like gunite?
No, it's like the foam. Yeah, the foam, and you pour the concrete on the inside.
Yeah.
I just look at it. I'm like, man, that's fucking crazy to be doing that pool. I just find it wild that, like, because he just woke up and was like, I want to fucking do these kind of pools. And he's just doing it.
Nice.
I'm like, man, I would be so scared of that fucking shit that it was going to get fucked up and cause havoc in my life and be a total disaster. I would be so worried about it. But on the flip side, then I start thinking about, like, maybe he looks at 3 bin trucks and 19 bins and goes, who the wants that in their fucking life? You know? And it just, or I don't know, it struck me today. Like, everyone's doing something that's like so risky, and you're looking at it, but meanwhile you're doing the same shit, but you've somehow justified it in your mind that it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like, it's crazy what you'll get acclimated to, right? Like, now being owed $900,000 isn't a huge deal to me. When to someone else, that's fucking life shattering, right? Like,
I don't think people could. There's a lot of people that couldn't figure out how you got to a point where you were financially able to be owed $900,000.
baby steps. Is that the Dave Ramsey thing? No.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Never mind. Not baby steps.
To get to a point where you could be owed $500,000 or $900,000 and still be financially viable.
I don't know how that happened. We just don't spend a lot of money, right? Like,
with all the trucks, or didn't you just buy a truck?
yeah, but it's not here yet. And we're gonna roll $200,000 of old trucks into that, right? So we're not spending $350,000. We're spending $150,000 and rolling 200.
Well, you should count on that 200 with the success you've had selling that flatbed truck.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. But
Chad's face of realization there.
no, I blame that. First off, who wants a GM? Piece of shit. It only ever cost me 10 grand, and we used it for like 4 years, right? So,
I'm just joking because you're like, yeah, I'm going to sell these trucks and roll this 200K. And I'm like, well, based on your previous insanely good experience, it's
in and around that realm, we'll get 200 grand, not including that piece of shit GM. Like the other International's a great truck. You got to sell the backhoe, stuff like that. Like, and if we don't, so what? We have enough money that we can let it ride longer, and still put 200 grand down. But
I was just joking because you've been struggling to sell that truck for so long.
I can't give it away. Some guy asked, he's like,
can we raffle it? Like, we gotta have a fucking raffle. We gotta pull a mainstream landscape raffle. Like, we fucking message that guy and be like, how did you run your raffle so successfully? Fucking run a raffle. Like, didn't that guy raffle off a fucking mini skid steer, Mike?
Yeah, he did.
Did he actually raffle it off?
I never saw a raffle winner.
But there was almost a raffle.
There was almost a raffle.
A couple times.
Well, we can have an almost raffle.
That's
all we do is collect the money.
No promises here. Like, we can take it 90% of the way.
Give out fake tickets. The almost raffle.
We should do that at the meetup at Mongolian Grill. Sell as if we're selling 50-50 tickets, go around, sell tickets to the raffle, and then at the end of the night, don't raffle it off and just go home.
Just go home.
Some guy offered me a credit for $4,000 worth of detailing at his shop for the truck.
That's one of the shittiest offers I've ever heard.
Like, what the hell?
If someone said that to me, I would rather crush it, bro.
That's the same. The guy had previously offered me something like $5 grand or something like that, and I told him I would rather set it on fire. And then he shot another shot with $4,000 worth of detailing after.
Is that included with the $5 grand or just the detailing?
No, just the detailing.
That's less than the $5,000.
Yeah,
If
I
you
know.
told them you'd rather burn it at $5,000, you value getting your truck cleaned.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know.
how much is it? Say a good detailing costs $200.
Yeah, probably.
So what are you gonna like detail your car 40 fucking
I'll detail the finish right off of it for
20 times?
$4,000. Jesus. No, thank you.
Yeah, but would you take the new Ford and do like ceramic coating?
I don't know.
Do you even want to ceramic coat it? Do you plan on keeping it long enough?
No, no. As soon as those new Rams come out, that Ford is hitting the road. She's gone.
Just like that.
So,
Ram's got the new tranny coming too.
yeah, I heard that. So,
Yeah.
we'll see.
You're gonna shove that Ford right back to the dealership?
Well, no, I'll probably have to sell it to Ram, right? Trade it in.
You could trade in it and the old Ram.
My father-in-law wants the old Ram.
Really?
So when he comes to work for me, maybe I'll just say we'll keep it as a company truck and you can take it. We'll see.
That could cause a kerfluffle.
No, it's family.
I don't think people care.
How can you be mad at my family? It would just be the same if I give it to my
You
wife.
have a warped perspective of what people will get.
Well, I'm already pretty sure they don't
If
like
you think
when I
that
live at
giving
the house.
a brand new employee a luxury company pickup truck, no matter who they're related to, isn't going to cause a kerfluffle with some of the older long-term employees. And then when they say to you, "Hey, why is that guy getting a truck?" and you look at him and be like, "He's part of my family, man."
Well, first of all, it's still a company truck.
I
And
get
if we
it.
needed it, we could take it and do company things with it.
So I don't disagree with you. I'm saying telling people that the reason they can't have a company truck is because you don't fuck their daughter is not really gonna fly with the people. Just saying.
I'll say you get it in other ways, right? You even said this earlier today.
I know
Make different concessions for different people. What about the $5,000 worth of leftover brick I gave you?
that. See, but will they see that?
Well, I asked you the same thing earlier.
I know. I just think that nepotism stings a little harder.
Well, and I said earlier, if you're not happy here, feel
Get the
free to
fuck out.
leave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I think you should um, hire slow and fire fast.
I hire fast and fire fast.
And fire fast. Like a 6-gun shooter of firing, man.
Yeah.
So was anyone disappointed at did the one person who texts back, was he disappointed at the non-company Christmas party, or did it just kind of just go away because you
No.
didn't do it?
No, it just went away.
Did anyone bring it up with you even?
No,
No one cared.
no one cared.
Our guys actually on their last day, I had been really busy and distracted, and I hadn't made arrangements to make a reservation for lunch. And so they actually text me on their last day, or Ricky called because he's the foreman. And in his preparedness, he said, "Hey, are we having a Christmas party? Like everyone's kind of wondering, or a Christmas lunch." And I thought, oh, this is pretty important. And then at the Christmas lunch, we were breaking that because we went to a place we went to the first year. And so we were breaking down all the Christmas parties, and we were trying to figure out why we didn't have a party for two, like where we went for 2 years. But you know why we couldn't remember?
What?
You
We
didn't
never
go
went anywhere because of fucking COVID.
Oh,
Ah,
But it took a long time to figure that out because I've erased COVID from my fucking mind.
yeah, it's a
yeah.
distant memory.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Did Trudeau resign today?
There was rumblings about that.
They were
Yeah.
all saying he was going to resign at 3:00.
Is
Would
that
you
real?
forget if he did?
Well, if he did, we're even more fucked because they're going to go in. They're going to have no government till because they're not going to have a leader. They have no
Right.
The Liberal Party has no policy of just anointing a leader when someone resigns. So, and Jagmeet says he won't do a non-confidence vote till March, and they're about to parlay the government or whatever they prologue. They're going to prologue the government till March. So that means effectively Canada will be without a government for January, February, and into March. If there's
Is
no
that
prime
really a
minister.
worse option than what's going on right now?
It is, because if there's no government, and that's when Trump gets inaugurated and jams the tariffs down everyone's throat, that it could literally wipe out the country, and we will become the 51st state, which
Good.
I'm actually
Great.
not that
I love it.
opposed to. Fair.
I love it.
Would it actually be worse if we became the 51st state? Like, we have no identity left as a country.
I think it would be.
There's
an incredible
nothing.
thing for us.
There's no. We like. What heritage are we saving? South Asian heritage? Like, there's no Canadian heritage left to save. There's nothing that defines Canada anymore. So why wouldn't we want to become the 51st state and our money be worth more and our real estate be fucking cheaper? And
Could
I
you-
can't think of any good reason to not become part of the United States of America.
Yeah.
If there was a referendum, I bet we would become part of the right. Their hockey team is even better than ours now.
One of the thought processes for why Canada shouldn't be in terms of like looking at it as the states wanting to bring on Canada is we're so left leaning that we would push
Are we though? Look
most
at what the
popular.
next government's going to bring.
Well, I mean, the Liberal government's been in power but even our Conservative Party is like slightly right of the Democrats.
Mm,
Yeah, well, unless you're like Daniel Smith in Alberta.
There's outliers,
part
but
of
I'm talking
Canada.
about on average.
I would agree with you on average. Like, maybe Trump doesn't want it, or they don't want it because, yeah, you'd be bringing in a whole bunch more left-leaning people.
Yeah.
Because even
Like our left is way more left than Democrats, right?
I don't know, they're pretty woke
they're
now.
pretty fucked.
Yeah, I know that's true. I take that.
But
back.
I do agree with you though that I think there's a lot more of those people in our country
Yes.
than there is, like, I don't know. Maybe it isn't a good. I feel like it'd be a great fucking plan for me.
I'd sign up my whole family. Let's go. Little too old to go to war. It's cushy.
Like, have you looked at the starting goalies on the fucking Canadian team? They're fucking terrible. We can't even produce a goaltender in this country anymore.
I know.
They're fucking terrible. The three goaltenders, like, the best Canadian goaltender in the league right now is probably Marc-Andre Fleury, and he's fucking 40 and a backup. Like, when we've reached a point in our country where we can't even produce a decent fucking goaltender, we should fucking quit.
But our
Go join
forwards
the
are looking good.
Are they?
Oh yeah.
They're not looking better than the American forwards.
I would argue they're better.
I don't
think so.
know.
You don't know? America's probably a bit deeper.
I don't know.
America's looking good. Like
Their
obviously
defense is definitely better.
Oh yeah,
Their goaltending is 1,000 times better.
so much better.
Like, every good goalkeeper is either from Sweden or fucking Russia or
Yeah,
like
we're gonna get
or
goalied.
US. What?
We're gonna get goalied.
Probably.
Yeah.
That's like they're saying, like, they want to bring Jordan Binnington.
I think he's the first one, first string.
What are you fucking talking about?
I know.
Aiden Hill,
And who else?
Aiden Hill admittedly had a good run for the Stanley Cup. Admittedly, he did. But he's not fucking Carey Price or Roberto Luongo or Martin Brodeur or fucking, like, it's crazy, man. I look at that team. I don't really follow hockey that much anymore, but I was like, man, we are on a desperate slide downward.
It's very true.
Like, even like what you think, like Sidney Crosby, like the guy's like 40 years old.
He's still crushing it though.
Oh, I get it, but I just saying, like, he's 40 fucking years old.
Yeah.
I guess there's McDavid and
McDavid.
McKinnon,
Yeah.
but they have Austin Matthews.
They've got good forwards too, but I don't think that their forwards match up against ours, but they might have a little bit deeper of a system. I was looking at like the second Canadian forward lineup and it was still really good. Like the people that didn't make the team, this if they were to make a second Canadian team, it's amazing. It was
What are they going to bring up? Some goalies from the AHL
yeah.
for the second Canadian team? Like, I don't think it's good if like I fucking hate Trudeau, but if he resigns, I don't think it's good for the country.
Did I
You gotta have someone in power.
Did I read this correctly that the finance minister of finance resigned
Yes.
before she was going to release the financial whatever, and it was because it's like it's in such a deficit, so she resigned. It went to the next person to announce it, like the next person,
the housing minister.
He resigned.
Yeah.
So now it's gone to somebody else.
It's some like low-level minister no one's ever heard of.
Such a mess.
Well, even more bizarre was when he gave the speech. I don't know if you guys have seen it, the feminism speech, talking about how America let down women because they voted Trump in instead of Kamala, and how America's a horrible place because they're not promoting women in politics. No one has done more to damage women in politics in Canada than Trudeau. And he has gotten rid of every single woman who has ever disagreed with him. You're out of the cabinet, fired. And then on top of that, there's only one party in Canada that has never had a woman as their leader, and that's the Liberal Party. And when he became leader of that party, he beat out 3 women to get the job. So what has this motherfucker done for women in politics? He just literally submarined Krista Freeland, who's like this guy's never done anything for women in politics. It's such a bizarre, and there's still all these people that are like worshiping at this guy's feet. I mean, this is wild. It's like a cult. She said that the hard cap on the budget on the deficit was $40 billion. That's the hard cap on the deficit, $40 billion. And
which in itself is insane.
That was her hard cap, $40 billion. They announced yesterday $64 billion.
Wow.
But there's nothing saying that number's right.
Yeah. I'm sure there's some shuffling of the numbers there too.
You imagine if your business was $64 billion in debt?
And taking in, how much money do you think the government takes in daily? On tax revenue and all that shit.
Oh, I don't know. I bet you could Google it. Okay. The craziest thing I think that happened this week was, and it just shows you how weak of a country we are. They announced that GST holiday, which is a total fuck show.
Yeah.
And randomly, Pepsi send out a notice to all of their retailers saying, yeah, we're not doing this. It's stupid. And it's going to cost a fortune for us to figure out, like, change our books, and it's going to cause havoc. So, yeah, we're just not going to do it. We don't care. And the government's response to that was, okay, no one has to do it anymore. So now everyone has to collect their receipts and submit their receipts for any GST paid during the GST holiday. And then the CRA will reimburse you on your taxes or something. Like our entire country's tax system was just decided by Pepsi. How weak are you as a country when Pepsi is like, yeah, you know what? We don't care. We're going to keep doing business in your country, and we're just going to charge the tax, and we don't know what the fuck you can't do anything about it, so fuck off. That's wild that happened. To me,
Canadian government total revenues was $447.8 billion in 2022 to 2023. So I guess that's 2 years. So
it's more than $1 billion a day. Oh, that's 2 years?
Yeah. Almost $1 billion a day.
2022 to 2023.
Yes, that's 1 year. Like
1 year.
January, like
1 year.
you're talking like December 31st, 2022 to January 1st.
It's not saying that. It's just saying 2022 to 2023.
Well, with the amount of taxes I pay, I'm sure that's what they make in a year.
So they're bringing in over $1 billion a day.
Okay, no, it is per year. Yeah, I guess because it says 2022 to 2023 fiscal year, so it would be 1 year.
So if
So
we
they're,
buck down, like this is a manageable amount of debt. As ridiculous.
it's not because they're bringing in 462 million and they're still at a $62 million deficit.
Oh, I thought you said 400 and something
No,
billion.
that's revenue. So then you still have to factor in all the amount that they also paid to get into that debt in the first place, and they're still spending that to continue the debt. So they have to cut, right?
Well, regardless, a liberal government isn't going to take you out of it.
No.
Yeah.
Imagine what a conservative government could do if they didn't have to clean shit up every 8 to 12 years. You know? Because that's basically all they have time to do.
What's really funny is during Trudeau's first campaign for prime minister, Stephen Harper laid out everything that was going to happen if he was the prime minister. And it's literally happening word for word, every single thing he laid out when Harper lost.
Yeah.
There's no, the finance minister quit the day of the budget.
That's awesome.
Well, she knew he was going to fire her.
It gets funnier when it goes to the next person and then they quit.
And then they're like, yeah, I don't want to fuck all to do with this. I'm good.
Yeah.
Well, in her letter, she wrote something about how she thought the GST holiday and these little, like the 200, one of the things that her and Trudeau got into a brawl about was this sending every person in Canada $250. Because sending every person in Canada $250 is going to cost like $6 billion. And she said, yeah, we can't do that. Like, we can't afford it. It's not something, same with the GST holiday. She's like, we can't afford this. You can't do this. And he said, I don't care. I need to do it because he's trying to get votes and stay in power. So he was like, I'm doing it no matter what. And apparently that's where they had the big riff with each other. But she said, like, we can't. And plus, the GST holiday is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's for like rotisserie chicken and then, so now this is just my brain working on it. So they're saying now if you collect receipts with GST on them for items that are on the GST holiday list, you can apply to the CRA and they'll return that GST. So my idea was to go to the Altamar and just stand there and ask everyone whether or not they want the receipt. And every single time someone buys a package of chips, a pop, you can submit that to the CRA now and say, hey, look, on Tuesday at Altamar, I spent $40,000 buying potato chips. So you need to give me back all the GST. Prove I didn't.
What boggles my mind is that if there's people out there, I don't know if there are, but if there's people out there that think this is a good thing, it comes out of their pocket anyways with taxes. Like,
yeah.
They're going to end up paying for it because it's money that the government's not bringing in. So they're going to have to pay for this in taxes. And yeah, and then it adds more cost to businesses to have to update their systems for when things scan in that are now supposed to be for just a 2-month period, right? Accountants and everything like that are going to have to deal with this come tax time. If there's going to be receipts submitted, the CRA agents that are going to have to work through these refunds, it's just costing even more.
Well, for sure, what's going to happen is a lot of these businesses' revenue is not going to match their GST return now.
Yeah.
And that's going to red flag them for an audit.
Yeah.
Good thing I don't sell rotisserie chicken.
I have a friend with a retail store and someone came in and asked for the GST thing and he's like, I don't even know if we qualify for that. Fuck off and get out. Get out of here. We don't want anything to do with you.
It's just a gimmick, and I hate political gimmicks.
It's stupid. Yeah, I don't know what happened with them. My brother is a huge political person, and he hasn't texted me today, so I'm guessing nothing overtly exciting. Um, Nothing overtly exciting happened today. They started announcing all the new they started announcing all the new different shows that are going to happen. What do you guys are you guys excited to go to any shows?
What do you mean
Oh,
shows?
off-season shows.
Like
Off-season
showcases?
off-season shows, showcases, fucking
Hmm.
I'm assuming we're all going to Landscape Ontario. Mike's going to be interviewing people.
We could do like a walk the floor live, not our finest hour episode.
Sure.
You guys want to do that?
Yeah. I want to interview some people.
We can just walk the show and comment on things, and maybe people can hop on while we walk around.
Perfect.
I would love for people to hop on. Maybe we can hit up some supplier booths.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready for Christmas?
No.
Mm, yeah, I think my wife's
What are
gonna
your responsibilities for Christmas, Chad?
show up.
Do you have to buy something for your wife?
Yeah, it was supposed to be delivered like last week. Amazon sent me, what do you think? Review this, and I still haven't gotten it. So
Oh no.
I don't know. I don't know what to do.
They didn't. Doesn't it tell you on your phone?
Yeah, it never showed up, so I don't know what to do.
So I'm having a similar thing where I ordered some things and they were supposed to show up, and as far as I can tell, they're way overdue. And maybe I should start to get worried about it too.
Yeah, I think you should.
Do you guys have porch pirates out there?
Not really.
No. PK?
So so all of these items that I ordered all said they were delivered today. But I didn't see any fucking items today. So that's potentially a problem. That's maybe not good. Maybe
Has
I'm
that
not.
ever happened to you?
I don't ever order it. This is the first time I got sent a list of things on Amazon
Oh, okay.
by my responsibilities really lie with purchasing things for my wife. That's where my responsibilities seem to lie now. And my parents. And I'm usually aware of what is getting purchased for the kids. So, but this year we got Paisley a computer for school. So she knows because she had to help pick it out. And for her birthday, which is tomorrow, she got a flight to Florida with her soccer team. So she was
Wow.
also aware of that.
Nice.
So, but Chad has a gross look of concern on his face now that I brought this up. If you're
No,
watching this
I'm
on
looking at it.
YouTube.
It said, we're sorry for the delay. If you did not receive your package by December 20th, you can come back here the next day for a refund.
How does that help you?
Delayed due to severe weather in the delivery network. What the fuck? Is there a storm in fucking China? Like,
Oh, you bought her a Chinese skid steer.
yeah, yeah, the Chinese excavator.
The Chinese
He's been asking for one.
because I commented on your Chinese skid steer video on YouTube.
Yeah.
Or on both of them, all my YouTube feed is Chinese skid steer.
That's great.
It's like one Chinese guy buying a Chinese skid steer after another. I don't know how many people. I would like to know if the majority of Chinese mini skid steers were sold purposefully just to make YouTube videos.
Yeah.
No one bought them for
I bought
actual.
them.
What?
That's why I bought them.
That's why you
For content.
Chinese mini skid steers. So what if they refunded? How does that help you at Christmas?
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, your present got refunded. There was severe weather in the network.
That's not gonna make my wife any less mad. She didn't get a Christmas gift. We're sorry, there was weather in China. What do you want
Do
me
you
to
feel like there's an emergency trip to the People's Jewelers in Cornwall? in your future?
No,
If this,
she's not like that. She won't mind. But
you're
I still
just
don't
gonna
want to
give her
lose
the
my
cash. He's gonna hand her the cash and be like, "Here's your refund for your present."
I'll show her a picture, be like, it didn't show up, but this is what you're getting. She's like, oh, that's good.
Fair enough. Get a
Get it when you
card,
don't like
throw a
it.
picture in it, and say, "This is what I got you."
Yeah.
Are you wearing a no bull shirt so you can deal with employees?
No, it's a workout company. I think Tom Brady owns part of it now, actually.
Well, that's good. Well, the last thing he owned went really well for him with the crypto. So
I don't know. That's
He did
he
ads
lost
for them, right?
he lost 40 million for that crypto
did he?
company.
Oh,
Yeah.
My crypto is up. So
Apparently, if you got the Hawk 2 girl
cool.
started a crypto coin and then flooded the market and screwed everyone. And
Yeah.
everyone's like super pissed they got ripped off. And I'm like, man,
hold the
if
rug.
you bought the Hawk 2 crypto coin, you deserve to get fucking ripped off.
Yeah.
How stupid are you if you're buying Hawk 2? Like, that girl famous. Like, and now, like, she basically made a video about spitting on people's dicks and then got a podcast and then launched a crypto coin. And you said, you know what crypto coin is going to send my finances into the stratosphere? The girl who knows how to spit on dicks. That's the person who's fucking, what are you talking about? Like, why would you buy that coin? If you got ripped off, you're an idiot. Like, how could you possibly buy that and think that was a good plan?
Yeah.
And then Chad's sitting here going, I fucking lost some money on the Hawk 2 coin.
I'm up. I'm telling you, didn't lose a penny.
The funniest thing was they did like a Twitter Spaces, the two guys that created the coin and her, and at one point she just cuts them off. It's like, "Okay, guys, I'm going to bed." It just goes after like people are like frustrated coming up to speak. Like, I put my life savings into this, and now it's gone to nothing, and all that.
My life savings. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, are you guys good?
Yep.
Another podcast in the books. That's the end of the podcast.
Thank you for watching. Ooh. Yeah, those people run the world. They're so impressive. What a bunch of freaks.